So a lot of us feel like we have to wear a lot of hats as professionals. There's a lot that we have to do, and to learn a whole new process surrounding sales, a common thing that I've heard is that I just don't have the time. Is this a very time-intensive process? And do you think this is even a problem, or is it true?
Well, yeah, I can completely agree with the notion that we're all pressed for time. I mean, one of the reasons, in fact, why professionals are being asked to sell is because companies are aiming to do more with fewer people. The other reason, of course, is because the kinds of services and products that we're selling today require a lot of intellectual knowledge, and product knowledge that most salespeople just simply can't possess or can't acquire in the amount of time that's provided. And so, professionals are being asked to communicate on their own behalf, whereas it might have otherwise been left in the hands of people who called themselves salespeople as a career. Time is a challenge for everybody. I think, however, that one of the things that, well, first of all, in terms of how long does it take to do this, most of our learning experiences require people's undivided attention for 2 days. 2 days is a normal amount of time, I think, that any professional would consider important in enhancing their own professional development. I think this is an area that has left unattended for a very long time. You're not taught this in school, where you learned your professional capabilities, and so in a way it's making up for some lost time. I think as well, when you invest the time in something like this, it pays back. We found that many consultations, phone calls, interactions with clients, cycles from the time somebody phones you to the point that they become a client of yours can be unnecessarily long. And one of the things that we teach is how to minimize the amount of time that one spends with people to only the required amount, so that, well, it offers a number of different benefits. Number one, you can see more people typically, or interact with more people, because you don't waste any time, because you know exactly what you're doing with the time that you're doing it, because you have a process. And the other thing it does is it shortens cycles between the amount of time that you have to follow up with people, because every single point of communication has an intent. Every point of communication has a purpose. And we find that a lot of the time when people don't have a process, they're just meeting or calling each other simply to keep in touch. And we, because we are so lacking in time, that is an exercise that we just don't have time for. Neither we as the senders of that communication or the receivers of that communication. Nobody has time for that. And so what we aim to do is make the time that you spend with clients efficient, never doing more than is necessary, and rarely doing less. And in so doing, we're able to help professionals save time, because what happens is that the efficiency of that time invested goes way up. And when that happens, they need to invest less time in getting those same results, which in the end ends in a net gain of time.